In today's video, I'm gonna show you how to take your beats from this very low volume sounding like this to sounding like this. Let me show you how to get your beats banging just like this. All right, let's get into the video. Music producers, what's up and welcome back to another video. It's me, They Call Me Heat. If this is your first time watching any of my videos today on the channel, I'm a music producer of over 15 years. And on my channel right here, I show music producers how to make some of the best boom bap, hip hop style beats, baby. There are producers out there that use FL that don't have money to go buy all the next level plugins that they may need or may want to use. So I'm gonna show you how you can take your beats to another level using just one stock plugin in FL Studio. And that plugin is called Maximus. Maximus is a super dope limiter essentially. When I go to mix and master my beats, I typically use the L2, which is by Waves. And the L2 plugin, very great. Very simple plugin. There's not a lot to do in the plugin, but move 3 knobs to just get your sound to be right. And that's pretty much what I've been using. But I found out that in FL Studio, this one plugin can do exactly what L2 does for me. So let's cook up a beat real quick. Let me go find a sample, chop something up, and then we can get into this. You already know I gotta pull out Serato's sample and we're gonna start chopping this bad boy up. Now I can take the drums out, but I'm gonna wait until I chop the sample up. You know what I'm saying? All right. So I got some chops, just need to go back and fix some of the chops, but I kind of like what I got so far. So I'm gonna select all, add a little attack on all of these. Let's find some drums here, get a little dope little pattern going. Of course, you want to add all your sounds to the mixer. That's definitely an important piece. With the hi-hat though, I am gonna filter it just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I can do stuff like that. I can cut it some more from the low end. So I'm gonna do a little bit of processing really quick here on my sounds just to get them to, of course, stand out a little bit more. If you want to know my full process or just kind of the walkthrough of how I go from mixing a beat start to finish after making it, just head over to boombapuniversity.com and check out my mixing and mastering your beats like a pro masterclass. And I actually take you through the full steps of mixing a beat from start to finish and how to get it pumping and, really on point before you actually master it, because that's the key, is making sure everything is punchy and at a good volume before you actually master it. So if you don't know how to do that, I have a full 2-hour course on that. boombapuniversity.com. And I added a little 1073 on the kick just to, make it just slightly fatter. It already is a pretty fat kick, so I don't really need to do too much processing on it. Let's go chop up the sample, see what the sample sounded like now. Now, of course, with the sample, I've talked about this in many other videos, and you want to get the sample pumping. You want to get it full and thick. So there are plugins that you can use. I like to use the multi-band compressor because that allows me to actually, compress every frequency versus using an EQ and just trying to bring up a specific area. I'm actually able to compress it to where it is now the same volume as other frequencies, or just kind of match the overall volume that I need. I like that. Oh, okay. Ooh. Now that hi-hat, now that I've done a little bit of processing on that, I do want to add my SSL EQ. It sounds so crazy, y'all. I know y'all feeling it. So if you are feeling it, please give the video a thumbs up. Please let me know you feeling this. All right, so I have done my processing on my drums and all my sounds and got everything leveled out. I like to have my drums hitting around -6, -7. They might go over a little bit depending on what other sounds you may have in there. So you may have like a hi-hat in there or something that is causing just to kind of peak over a little bit. I'm gonna show you my pause analyzer by Waves, which will give us the actual volume of the sound. So I'm gonna show you without the samples and without the sounds or the bass, what my drums are sounding like or where they're sitting in the mix before I put Maximus on here. Watch this right here in the analyzer, which is right here, -40. You see, it'll show us exactly where our stuff is hitting before I put any mastering on it. Now, if I take the hi-hat out, the kick and the snare are hitting right at about -6.9. But when I put the hi-hat in, because of certain frequencies that are in there, it does take it over to, which is perfectly fine because it's not a lower frequency that is, you know, clashing with the kick. So it's fine. It's absolutely fine as long as it's not anywhere near -4, -3, we're good. Because if it's at -3 and you try to put that Maximus or any other mastering on it, you're going to distort your beat and you don't want that. You want punchiness, you want roundness in your kick. You just don't want distortion unless that's the sound you're going for. So when I go to put Maximus on, and that's this plugin here, the way that you do this is go to your saturation here because these knobs will be off. This knob turns the ceiling on. So what you do is you just set this to just 1%, which will activate this ceiling knob. Now, I have the ceiling knob turned down to -0.3. And the reason I do that is because where I want it to sit at in the mix when it comes to, you know, just getting that punchiness, assuring that things aren't distorted. That's what I do is I set that ceiling to a -0.3. Also, another reason I do that is because I told you earlier that I use the L2 plugin by Waves, which is an ultra maximizer, similar to Maximus, just without all the other bells and whistles that Maximus has. What the L2 does is it actually takes my signal up to -0.2. So I just did it at -0.3 just to see if, you know, I could still match what the L2 does. Now, what happens when I do that, when I turn and I activate Maximus, you can watch the meters here. I'll reset them. Didn't really add anything, right? We have to push the signal to that ceiling. We need to set our post gain. So our post gain is essentially the gain after effects. So you got your pre, which is the signal prior to Maximus, and then you have your post, which is after Maximus. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna set our post to 6 dB. So we're gonna set this to 6 dB, and you see that line moving up. That's essentially your signal. So now when I do this, you can watch the meters here. Oh, what is that? -0.3. Oh my goodness. Why is that? Because we set our ceiling to be at 0.3. I hope y'all get that. That was real quick and easy. One plugin. Now, this is the beat without Maximus. This is the beat with Maximus. Now, I showed you that trick. Let me show you something else just to kind of prove to you that Maximus is really good for this case. Because if you don't have the L2, I want to show you what my L2 does for my beats when I add it on. So this is the beat again with nothing. Now this is the beat with the L2 by Waves, which is the plugin that I normally use, which is this plugin right here. So normally I would use the L2 Ultra Maximizer, go to load, use the 16-bit moderate limiting because I don't need a lot. We just need to get it back up to where it needs to be. Now our out signal is set to -0.2 and our threshold is at -6. So I'm gonna play the beat now with L2 on it. And that's that. That's how you get your beats pumping with a simple stock plugin in FL Studio. So I made this video just to help the producers who, you know, don't have money to buy these expensive plugins. Although L2 I think is like 30 bucks on Waves, and sometimes they do like buy 2 get 1 free or buy 3 get 2 free or something like that. They always have a deal, especially around the holidays, but they continuously have deals, so check them out. All right, but if you don't have that bread, if you don't have the money, whatever, just go ahead and use the stock Maximus plugin. If you like what you heard in the video today, you can grab all of these sounds available now right on Patreon. All right, for $5 a month, you can get all of the sounds that I use in every single video every single week. I appreciate y'all for watching. Thank you for watching the video today. I hope I inspire somebody to go out there and cook up that boom bap. All right, I'm gonna get up out of here, and until next time, yeah, producers, see you in the next video. I'm out. Peace.